So as you can see, I have a few props. There's no one prop for every job. So I have a little bit of experience with different types of props, sizes, pitches, blah blah blah, whatever. I have a few builds. And a lot of them run different props. Some I like the HQs on, you know, it just all depends on the build, the weight, what I'm doing, whatever. But anyway, all that being said, back in the day, I used to like to run the 5040 Cyclones on high kV motors, but they weren't super durable. So I wanted to run, then we had the 5045s, right? And those were decent props. I wanted something a little more thick and durable, so I went to a little lower kV motor with a little more grunt to it. And then they came out with the 5046s, and I was like, well, you know, that can't be that big of a difference, you know, one freaking... It's not a degree of pitch, it's how far the prop moves through the air. When you're talking about pitch, it has nothing, well, it does have something to do with it, but it doesn't have a whole lot to do with the angle of attack of the prop. That second number, the pitch number on the prop, is actually how far the prop moves through the air in one rotation. How far it's supposed to move through the air in one rotation, depending on weight and wind and whatever, and a whole bunch of stuff that I'll get into at some other point in time. And I'll do a whole little prop thing. But anyway, so then they came out with the 5046s, and yeah, they were a little bit better than those 5045s. I liked them. So when I saw these 5047s, I was like, well, the 5046s were a touch better, so I want to try the 5047s. And now I'll tell you, I purposely built this quad for 5046s so that it was an absolute... They're 2207, 2450 kV motors. Brother Hobby R6 with the chameleon finish on them. Because I wanted a nice durable prop for smashing bandos and getting caught in trees and whatnot, and I want to be able to turtle mode without the prop absolutely coming apart and not being able to get off a rooftop, or you know, it just totally chopping up an ESC or whatever. And I also like the way these props, they're not the lightest props, as everybody knows, but I really like the way when I go inverted, they have this nice wide blade on them, so I can really get a nice invert smooth float with these props. Anyway, so I actually, Jong is sending me some of the S3s, the new HQ props, and I saw these and got a hold of Libby Tang and got some of these from her. And I also have some of the T-motors that everybody seems to like, nice and buttery. I also got a hold of some of these guys here that I haven't tested yet, because I was going to run them all head to head, the new HQs with these and these and these, and do a comparison of them all. When I got these in the mail the other day, it just looks, look at this color. They just look so freaking cool. I couldn't resist. I had to try them out, and my suspicions were correct. These things are, to me, a fuzz better. Not like heaps better, but a fuzz better than the 5046s. They have a nice, smooth power band to them. Just a little bit more kick than these guys. And they have a nice clean sizzle to them in the air, and that's what you want to hear out of a prop. If you hear the prop bogging down, your build's too heavy, or the prop is too pitched too much, or like I said, we'll get into all that later. I'm going to do a whole video on my prop theory and what pitch means, and the weight and thrust and all that stuff, whatever I know, which isn't a whole lot, but hopefully it helps guide people into their builds. Because like I said, I purposely, like when I set out to build this quad, which is one of my own frames. I purposely picked the components around these props because these are the props I wanted to run, so they were nice and durable. And like I said, I like the way they float and the way they chop through trees like a freaking buzzsaw, and don't come apart when I crash on a roof, and I can turtle mode and get off the roof and whatever. So anyway, couple initial flights with this. I am really freaking digging these props. I will be ordering more of these for sure. I have a feeling that these 5249s may be a little too much for this heavy of a build, but they may work out really well on one of my lighter race builds. We shall see. Not 100% on that, but 5049 is a little over the top. Might be kind of heavy on the battery amp draw scenario. Like I said, we will see. But these performed exactly nice and smooth, a nice sizzle through the air, nice and clean. I cruised around at like a mid throttle a lot, which is where we tend to get a lot of bad oscillations when things go wrong, and it was just absolutely a joy to fly. So like I said, I will do some further follow-up in this, and I'm going to do a head-to-head shoot-off comparison type thing with these, and when I get the new HQs that Jong's sending me, and these, and some T-motors, and some other things. And yeah, so there you go. And thanks, Libby Tang. Peace.